Hey folks, welcome to our first episode of Get Hyped for Fallout 4. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome, we're glad to have you. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back and thanks for your support. I want to start once more by highlighting a couple of fan sites for anyone looking for a community to call home for Fallout discussion and new discoveries. The first is the venerable Tamriel Vault, which actually accommodates both of Bethesda's big franchises, Fallout and Elder Scrolls. The Fallout content there is just starting to take off, so be sure to check it out and be a part of that growth. The same goes for our second site, Fallout 4 Forums, where an even younger Fallout community is being established. Additionally, the Fallout 4 Forums is hosting a small giveaway contest running right up until November for copies of the game. All you have to do is be a participating member of the forums. So head on over there and look at the announcements for details on that. So for those who haven't seen the channel intro video, this little series will be a weekly deal leading up to the release of Fallout 4, when it will probably be completely replaced by regular gameplay entries. Like I told folks last week, this is just discussion about what's got me excited for the game, and I hope you'll comment, whether here or on one of the sites I mentioned, and share what you think about it and what's got you excited. Each week will have a different focus, so let's get into it. Nothing, but nothing, has me more excited for this new installment of Fallout than the crafting system, specifically the weapon crafting. For context, my favorite aspect of most of my games is weapons, and the more a game lets me customize my weapons, the more it has my attention. I'm like Scooby-Doo. Guns? Where? So news that we'd be getting over 50 base weapons with more than 700 mods had me over the moon. Like any new mechanic in a new game, this comes with a slew of questions, concerns, and possibilities worth discussing. One of the things that's really pleased me about this particular mechanic is seeing it resolve people's concerns all on its own, without Bethesda even needing to say anything. For example, a lot of people have been put out by the design of the 10mm pistol that featured prominently in the gameplay. Not long after, some enterprising web warriors isolated these pictures from the gameplay. Look familiar? Another worry I've come across, though, hasn't been resolved yet, and that's ammo types and ammo crafting. New Vegas had you picking up 3 or 4 or sometimes even more types of ammo for the same gun. Everything from hollow points to beanbags to explosive rounds. We haven't seen anything yet suggesting this is in Fallout 4. Honestly, I think it's a toss-up. It's been done in Fallout before, but not by Bethesda. At the same time, it wasn't something that they marketed for New Vegas, and I wouldn't expect it to be something they marketed for Fallout 4 either. My advice is, if this is a concern of yours, just to hope for the best and don't make it a part of your expectations. We got a really good taste of the way weapons can be totally transformed during the crafting montage. I cannot wait to put this system through its paces. How many handguns can I turn into sniper rifles? How many can I turn into shotguns? Can I attach a revolver action to both of those? One of the questions I'm most anxious to have answered is how exactly we're going to acquire all of these mods. We know that most or all of them can be individually crafted with the scrap that we find in the game, but it begs the question of how we'll know what to put together. Will it be like enchantments in Skyrim, where we learn how by disassembling weapons that we've looted or bought? Will the recipes be unlocked by perks like Gun Nut? Or will we need to hunt down schematics like we did in Fallout 3? Out of these possibilities, a system like the one in Skyrim seems the most likely to me, it being A, the most accommodating for such a huge number of mods, but also being Bethesda's most recent approach to crafting. The possibilities for this system are incredible, though. I want to pick out some of the prospects that have me the most excited for what's possible with 700 plus weapon mods. So let's have a look. Here I want to draw your attention to what we see in the inventory. The first is the Extended Ripper. Now, I hadn't really used the Ripper in the previous Fallout games. I'm not a big fan of the design. The idea of a chainsaw knife didn't really appeal to me, but having an Extended Ripper, something like a chainsword from Warhammer 40k, that would be absolutely incredible. Right under that, we have the Heated Super Sledge, which immediately reminded me of the superheated weapons that you could craft in New Vegas after some of the DLC, and I love those effects. Even though I didn't use them very often, I thought they were really cool. So hopefully that kind of thing is coming back in full force here. Last of all, we've got the high-powered shredding minigun. I know that shredding could probably mean a lot of things, like some kind of shredding ammunition or something, but I immediately was reminded of the concept art that we were shown of the minigun that had the 3 bayonets attached to it. And naturally, once that minigun starts spinning up, that could make a pretty devastating melee weapon. So I am really hoping that that's what this is alluding to, and that it's already made it into the base game. Alright, I know a lot of people aren't super happy about the new assault rifle design, but I love how it looks like an old World War I machine gun. I mean, toting that thing around in power armor is gonna look amazing. I'm a rule of cool kind of guy, so I'll use gear that's not that great for the whole game just because it looks cool. Mods like this are exactly what I need. Even if laser weapons are still as low power as in the previous console games, I would use something like this the whole time. Like the assault rifle, it's the art and the design of this barrel mod that really have me excited, and I'm stoked to see more where that came from. Here's one of the ones I was most excited about. Seeing this pipe rifle with a revolver action mod. I'm gonna be honest that for no good reason, I want to put a revolver action in everything. As a player who uses sniper characters pretty often, this is also going to be a ton of fun to incorporate into rifles. I wasn't a big fan of the rocket junk launcher in Fallout 3, and I don't expect to be a big fan of the junk jet either, but these 2 barrel mods immediately had my attention. Adding electrical and fire damage to my projectiles? Yes please. This one leaves a lot of room for discussion though. Do you think we'll see these mods on weapons other than the junk jet? Or will they be like gimmick mods just for this one weapon? This is another mod with enough ambiguity to allow for some really interesting possibilities. Attach a flamer barrel to a plasma weapon, and it becomes a plasma thrower? What exactly does this mean? It doesn't describe fire damage the same way as the junk jet's ignition module, but it's described as a flamethrower conversion. So will our plasma bolts have flame damage? Or will we be firing off an entire cloud of plasma energy at our enemies? The implications are pretty cool. Imagine attaching a barrel like this to one of the new cryo weapons. Finally, and I know this may not seem like a big deal, but I was really pleased to see that the rickety looking pipe weapon could be equipped with a suppressor. Again, this is probably the sniper in me talking, but if a cobbled together weapon like this supports a suppressor, that bodes well for our other weapon options.
So all in all, there is a lot to be hyped about. What are you most excited to do with the new weapon crafting? Was there anything I missed that you think is worth some discussion? Don't be shy about leaving a comment. I'm always happy to respond and talk about these new features. That's all I've got for you this week, folks. Don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Get Hype. Check out the description for links to fan communities where you can find more great discussion about what's coming in Fallout 4. Thanks for stopping in. This is Daft Pirate signing off.
Drink up me heart into home.